Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sides of the Best Part, a podcast where we learn about the amazing passion projects undertaken by college students that are not related to their major. Once again, I'm your host, Lola Ojamo, and here we have Dami.
Hi guys. Hi, I'm Dami.
You want to say your name, major?
Yes, so I'm Dami Atenidegbe. I'm a senior community health major on the pre-med track here at University of Maryland College Park.
So, do you want to describe your project and the things you've done?
Yes, so I'm currently working on various dance projects in my as a solo career currently. So I've been on Afro Chic, which is an all-female African dance team at UMD for the past 4 years. Shout out to Afro Chic, gang gang. So yeah, I've been doing that for 4 years. Prior to that, I've been involved in the dance community for a while. I've been dancing since I was 6 years old, and I've been just doing it for the past couple years of my life. So I've wanted to make sure to kind of not stop dancing until or after college rather. And for me, I was thinking after these 4 years, what's next? I won't really dance anymore unless I kind of plan it out in my life. So I was just I love dance too much to kind of give up after the 4 years of college and me being on this dance team. So I was just let me just focus on kind of perfecting my craft outside of a dance team, and also focus on kind of knowing the why. There's a reason why I started to love dance at a young age. I started to be able to have this consistent love of dance for how many years, over 15 years of my life. So it's just I didn't want to give it up even after 4 years of college. So I talked to myself, I was just I want to focus on actually perfecting my craft, becoming a better dancer in the community, and being able to use my passion and my drive for my culture to be able to impact the lives of other people who are in the community as well. So that's kind of why I wanted to focus on becoming a solo dancer in the community. So with me, I've been a part of, I think currently in this year, 3 or 4 dance projects as regards to myself as a solo dancer, or other dancers in the community or in the DMV/Eastern U.S. area of the United States. So I've collaborated with a lot of other dancers who are prominent in the DMV area, and we have a collab video coming out soon, so stay tuned for that one. And I've also been taking a lot of dance classes and training in various dance styles like Afro dance, Afro fusion, coupe, ndobolo. So I'm just making sure that I'm able to learn first, because it's important to learn and train yourself as a dancer if you want to be in this industry and in this community, because it's really important. You can't it's like going to school and then getting your degree in medicine so you can become a doctor. So it's just you need to be able to be knowledgeable of the different dance styles that you want to be able to impact the lives of others about. So I think it's really important for us to do that. So I'm trying to be doing that. I'm trying to do that right now. And it's been a lot. It's been definitely ups and downs, because it's dancing is great 1 minute, but if you're not used to certain cultures, dance styles, it's just really hard to learn sometimes. And I can get very frustrated sometimes when it comes to that, but I know that my why is bigger than this move or this next move. So I focus on trying to be open-minded to it and learn from it and be able to grow as a dancer overall. So that's what I want to do.
That sort of reminds me of the discussion I had with Nadia a few episodes back, where we were talking about how dance is ever evolving, and you can't really ever stop learning.
Exactly.
So even as you're getting to a point where you're more confident and you're collabing with people and you're getting paid to even do certain dance jobs, you have to keep pushing yourself to learn, and you have to keep yourself in that mindset. So you're on the pre-med track, and I know that's going to be a commitment moving forward. So how do you sort of keep yourself motivated in learning dance while you're doing something trying to be on the pre-med track?
So I kind of consider dance as an escape from reality. I think it's kind of been that's the reason why I've been on this team for the past 4 years consistently. This is not my only org that I've been a part of for all 4 years of my college career. So I know that there's a reason why I was able to kind of keep my attraction for it so strong, and it's because I have this escape from reality where I can just be free. There are no issues here and there. I can be myself and be true to who I am as a person. And so I feel like I'm going to be continuing to use that method, especially when I get to my post-bac program and next or this fall, and my med school program after this coming year. So it's just I use that as my escape. I use that to be able to get away from reality, where I can just kind of cool my head down. It's like a therapy for me almost. So it's just I'm able to be myself and be free from all the issues of life, basically. So I definitely want to use it as an outlet for me to be able to kind of calm down and escape from like my med school studies and all that. But I think this is really important for me to continue on and keep doing that in my next 4 years of my life. So yeah.
A lot of people, like, there's been like a few different paths where it's like some people see their passion project as like that's something they would rather be doing, but they know like their major is something that they need to continue in order to support themselves. Or like their passion project is something that sort of takes them away from like the everyday like struggles and everyday tension that we feel. So it's always like a really important thing, especially as college students, where you have so much opportunity to discover so much around you, and you have that escape, you have that outlet. So you should like really take advantage of that by doing a certain passion project of your own.
Right, because after these 4 years, life hits you really hard. So it's really important for you to be able to kind of start with yourself, like how to find outlets that you enjoy that. Allow you to be like free and be able to kind of calm down from the issues of life. So and it's important to find that now as you're a college student versus when you get out. Like it's really hard for you to make time for it on your own. Talk to us like actually trying to find what you'd like to do. So it's just like I would suggest to people to find what they like now and then to be able to kind of embed it into their schedules for their the rest of their lives. So that's what I would say.
So you sort of spoke about like how you're learning like different culture styles and like Afrofusion and then all these other, because African dance, when we say that is a very broad term. There's so many things that fall under that. So how have you like experienced those kind of setbacks when you're learning new styles, and how do you sort of push yourself through that?
I kind of briefly mentioned it before, but when it comes to like me like kind of getting frustrated when it comes to certain dance styles and how I'm learning, I kind of take a break, like a few minutes of a break, and see like, you know, kind of like think like why did I first come here? What was the reason why I came to this class? Or what was the reason why I decided to learn this type of dance style? I could have been at home sleeping or relaxing, watching Netflix or whatever, but I took my time to come here for a reason. And it's like from there I knew that I keep telling myself, don't let this one move or one A count stop you from getting to your goal, and which is to become a better dancer. So it's just like I kind of used my why and know my why and kind of use that to motivate me to be able to get through it. And, you know, you won't be the best dancer in all dance styles. So that's one thing people need to be able to learn and kind of comprehend. Even the best dancers in the U.S. and abroad too, you don't really see them doing like I don't think there's any perfect dancer that's best at every type of dance style there is. So they're always learning. They're always kind of cultivating their self, cultivating their craft. So I think it's really important for us to keep doing that. Like you said before, you will never stop learning when it comes to dance or anything in life, honestly speaking. So it's just like be able to be open-minded in that and be able to like say like, hey, I'm not looking that great right now in this dance style, but I know that if I keep practicing, I'll be looking better than how I was before. So that's one thing that motivates me to be able to continue on and move forward with my dance styles that I learned. So
I think that's a really good point, because when we see like the videos and we see the sort of finished product from a lot of people who do creative projects of their own, like the singers and the dancers and everything, we think like, if I start something and I don't look like this the moment I start, like there's something wrong, and we sort of like self-diagnose that really quickly. But like there's so much growth that everyone has to go through. Like even Beyonce had to grow at some point in her life. So it's not like you should expect to just be amazing. Like prodigies are like very few, and even then like they're prodigies at one area. They're not like, if you're a piano prodigy, you can't just jump into a dance like class or something and think you're great. So you always need to make sure you keep having that mindset, like you said, of like open-mindedness and remembering like you don't need to be perfect at everything. And so long as you're working at it, you're already doing so much more than like a bunch of other people at that moment.
Like even like doctors, once they get their medical degree and their license, it's not it. They still have to have years of like, you know, recurring like training sessions to make sure that they're, you know, knowledgeable, or like they can still maintain that training that they once had a few years back. Of course, if you're I'm gonna say about doctors, I'm about to be a doctor soon, so I'm just kind of talking about that. But like, even if you get your 4 degrees, you think that people will remember what that they learned in those 4 years? No, like, it's not possible. So they have that reoccurring, like, training sessions for them to remember what they learned in the previous years, to be able to kind of develop themselves more. So in any area of your life, you're going to be consistently training and, like, learning and developing your skill and your craft. So yeah.
Okay, hello everybody. It is time for the segment, The Best Part of Sides, where we talk about unpopular food opinions. Once again, if you want to vote on them, my Instagram is ITSOMOLOLAA. I did 4 questions instead of 2 questions this week, just because for me personally, I'm pretty much rounding out the semester this week, so I'm trying to get all the work I can out the way, so you might have to wait till next week to vote, but still follow my Instagram and check it out so you can vote on the questions. So the first question I asked was, is breakfast necessary? I agree. I got a comment on this question where they basically said, if you're on a strict schedule, then no, but if you're on break or vacation, yes. And I don't know. I kind of feel like I get that, but I feel like it's kind of the opposite for me. I feel like when I'm at school, when I eat breakfast, it largely depends on the timing of my classes. So if I have a really late class, like if I have like a 12:30 or something, then you'll see me at breakfast for sure. But if I have like a 9:30, I probably won't eat until like the afternoon. So I don't know. I feel like it's really just what I have to do for the day. So I don't really see it as necessary, more like if I put it in, I put it in, I guess. But apparently a lot of people said it was necessary. We got 31 votes for yes and 15 votes for no. And I kind of thought that was kind of contrary to what I would kind of assume most people would think, just because I feel like most people would be like, breakfast, who's that? But apparently a lot of people eat breakfast, so that's nice. The next question I asked was, what's your favorite cereal? Because for me personally, as someone who doesn't really take breakfast seriously, cereal is something I eat any day, but it's marketed as a breakfast food, so I'm gonna ask it like it's a breakfast food. So I'm just gonna go through all of these. I see a lot of Reese's Puffs. Now, Reese's Puffs are great, but the moment they get soggy, that is just the worst thing. I think there are some cereals that once they get soggy, it's actually not bad. For example, Special K, yeah, that might be it. No, Special K and Frosted Mini Wheats. Once those get soggy, it's actually not ruined. Everything else though, especially flaky cereal, nah. But yeah, Reese's Puffs are great. Frosted Flakes are good. I never really was a Frosted Flakes kid. My parents thought it was too much sugar, but then I got onto Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I see a lot. Now, let me just say, if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you are an OG. I don't make the rules. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is by far top tier cereal. Raisin Bran. I hate raisins. I think I've already said this here, but the bran flakes in Raisin Bran, I would eat that. In the cereal alone, I like that better than everything, but the raisins, no. Honey Bunches of Oats, yes. Honey Bunches of Oats is great. Special K with the berries, yes. I actually would eat that without the milk. I think that the berries are good without the milk. What else? I see original Cheerios. If you eat original Cheerios, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you might be an old lady. Like, not in a mean way, but like regular Cheerios? That's like for people with okay, let me not go there. And then I see some comments saying cereal is gross. A waste of time to eat. It takes 2 seconds to make cereal. Cereal is fantastic. Captain Crunch. I was never a Captain Crunch person. Captain Crunch was never a thing for me. Lucky Charms. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but I was the kid who would pour out a bowl of Lucky Charms, sort out the marshmallows, and then eat the marshmallows and neglect the rest of the cereal. I don't know if that makes me like completely ratchet as a child, but that's what I used to do. So Lucky Charms without the marshmallows, can't do it, but with the marshmallows, yeah. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth. So yeah. But yeah, that was the segment, a little longer this time, but now we get back to the interview. And I also think it's really amazing how in seeing how you have to do that with dancing, you're able to make those kind of connections with like your future career and everything too.
Exactly.
It like sometimes we like to think of maybe it's like one or the other, but they also can like converge very well, like your major and your passion project, and they teach you like great skills like time management, all that stuff, but also teaches you the right mindset to approach your work with.
Exactly.
So I think that's like a really important thing to always find those connections, because it also like motivates you more when you're working and stuff like that too.
Definitely agree.
So as you've been like going through building yourself as a dancer, how have your ideas about your like capabilities have changed?
Oh man, it's definitely grown. Like, I think over the past couple of years, I'm speaking in regards to being a part of Afro Chic, it kind of showed me how strong I am as a person. Even coming to like my first trial, my freshman year, I was late. I was in freshman connection program. They were at the point where like they were about to do the trials, and I was still learning the choreo. It was Nadia that taught me the choreo in 10 minutes. And I literally like grasped it, and I tried out with Kumam, and I made the team. So it's just like, you know, that people who are in a situation like that, they'll say it's too late. I tried my best, and I didn't. You know, I couldn't do what I needed to do. But at the end of the day, I said I had no choice, because I liked it too much to kind of let it go. And for me, I was like, let me just learn how much, whatever I can. I learned the whole thing in literally 10 minutes, and performed it to the former captain then, and I was able to still go to the dance team. So the effort and passion that I had, the drive that I had, kind of showed through my tryouts. So I think from there on, and the various years after, going through hell and back with the team, with life overall, it just showed how strong I am as a person, that I don't like to give up easily at all until, like, you know, worst comes to worst, and it's really rare of me. So I think with me, I also noticed that like if people say like no to me for certain things, whether it be in regards to like, you know, dances that I didn't get picked for, or just in life in general, I tend to be able to like kind of like counter that no, and I'm like, you know, I know you're saying no, but I think I want to try even more until I exhausted all my power to be able to get to where I want to be. So with that, I think I've seen that I'm very like, I definitely always try and get what I want, not in a way that's like, you know, kind of like just being selfish or whatever. It's just to get to the goals that I've already set for myself, and that's one thing that's kind of led me to where I am currently speaking. And you know, it's one thing that's leading me on to my future career goal as a musician in the future. So that's one thing that I'm able to, you know, see for myself, and see that I'm very like passionate about. I'm very I don't give up at all when it comes to certain things of life. So
so like very resilient. Like
very resilient.
Nice. So you said like sort of after college you're gonna keep trying to pursue being a solo dancer, since you're not going to be on the team anymore. So how do you think that's going to start looking like past college?
It's going to be definitely tough. That's kind of why I've started to kind of get ready for it since last semester. Last summer rather. It's definitely going to be tough because I'm entering my post-bac program in the fall, and it's like my track of going to med school is like never stopping for the next like 5 years or so. So it's definitely going to be difficult, especially with the career I want to enter. So with that being said, I think one thing I've really tried to focus on more so now is being able to manage my time and manage my time and efforts, because I want to juggle both of them, which is even though it's very difficult, it's still very possible, because I know people have done it in the past. So I know that with that, it's a hard challenge, but it's not an impossible challenge. But with that being said, I definitely know that I'm trying to, you know, focus on kind of creating my time frame now, time management for both of the things I want to be part of, and be able to figure out how I can continue on with that from there, from this point forward. So that's one thing I'm kind of focusing on right now, and being able to still be thoroughly involved in both of them as much as I can.
So if you had something to say to a student who wanted to pursue a personal project or sort of push a passion of themselves, what would you say? I
would say go for it, honestly. There are people that are going to be there just to make you fall down. There's people going to be there that's going to make you discouraged, or just say no to you, and not even care about your well-being, not even care about how talented you are, not even care about you as a person. And I would just definitely say that if you had a vision for your life and vision that you want to be a part of this project, whether it be dance, whether it be theatrics, whether it be anything you want, and you see yourself getting to that point, and you have prayed about it, if you're a person of faith, you've prayed about it, and God has confirmed that, you know, this is for you. Do not let anything that you go through, any situation that you go through, any person that tells you no or that you are not good in it, to stop you from getting from getting where you need to be, because people are looking at you, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
And it's important for you to be able to get to that point so you can testify of what God has done for your life, or or how you got there and how you got there successfully. So I would definitely say that getting to your goal is not just for you, it's for people who are coming after you as well. So I want you to kind of use your journey as a point of motivation to be able to tell others that you can do it too. So I would just kind of encourage you to do that as well. So
yeah. Sounds great. Do you have any socials you want to drop?
Oh yeah. Okay. My Instagram is Love Lola with 2 A's, so LOVELOLL. Wait, that's embarrassing. Okay, let me start again. My Instagram is LOVELOLAA_, and I have a lot of dance videos coming up, so stay tuned for that one. And yeah, thank you guys.
We have another Lola here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Dami, for being here with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And we will see you guys next time on Sides of the Best Part.
Bye.